What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. This video, we're going to be going over Saturday, July 31st MLB games. We have 15 of them, so hope you guys are ready. Not a whole lot of news going on. Obviously, everyone's starting to make their debuts for their traded teams, and the wild card races are getting very, very heated. American League specifically, and of course some of those division races as well getting heated up. So let's just jump into it. We got 15 games and we're going to jump off the top. The first game of the day yesterday was the Blue Jays 4, Royals 0. Blue Jays second game at home again, getting super pumped up with the fans in the house, and Alex Manoah on the mound leading the charge. George Springer led the game off. First pitch, first hit, first home run. He had 2 on the night, giving him 11 on the season. And believe it or not, if he had played every game this season at the rate he's hitting home runs, he'd be right up there tied with Vladimir Guerrero. So don't go underrating him right now. He's having a great season ever since they've moved him into the leadoff hitter. He's really bumped his average as well. Mike Minor giving up a couple of home runs. The Jays didn't really have to look back because Alek Manoah went 7, 0 earned runs, 4 Ks. He was lights out for them, and Mike Minor goes 7, 4 earned runs, 6 Ks. He had a good outing too. It was just a couple of home runs which set him back. Jays taking care of business now. They really have their eye on the prize of the wild card, and got to be excited about that. Toos Juice, man, welcome right off the top. Love to see you around. Next game up, we have Angels 1, Athletics 0. So after back-to-back games of the Angels getting shut out, the Athletics turn to get shut out here, and Barria led the way. This was a very tight-knit. Obviously, this whole series so far has been pitching battles and not a lot of offense. Ohtani had a double in here, which was the RBI of the night. He also struck out 3 times, so a little bit that. It's been a little bit since a home run from him. Barria goes 6.2, 0 earned runs, and 3 strikeouts in his win. Good outing for him. And Irvin on the other side, he goes 6.1 with 1 earned run and 6 Ks. No home runs, of course, and both these teams being held off the scoring sheet for the most of the game, but it's a big win for the Angels. They're back to 500. A lot of games out, but they're also helping all those teams in the wild card race catch up to the A's. The A's are slowly falling out of there. They got to be a lot concerned about what's going on in Oakland. Giants 8, Astros 6. This is such a great game in the afternoon yesterday. Back and forth, back and forth. Giants get out to a lead, and the Astros take it away. Giants add to that lead. Astros bring it very close to 6-5. Astros tie it top of the 6th before the Giants, bottom of the 6th, take a lead and add an insurance run in that 8th inning. A lot of home runs coming from the Giants side. That's pretty much what they've been known for to do this season. A lot of these guys in their lineup multi-hit games. Solano gets his 4th, Flores his 13th. He's going to be leaving for Bryant for sure. Wade his 13th. Ruff his 11th, and Yastrzemski his 17th. So overall, we had 5 home runs coming out of the Giants side. And then on the Astro side, Diaz had a multi-home run game, 2 hits, 3 RBI night, coming off 2 home runs. Maldonado also hits his 8th of the season. Greinke had a rough outing. He went 4, giving up a bunch of hits, 4 earned runs, 4 home runs. So all solo shots, I guess, going against Greinke. And Alex Wood goes 5, 4 earned runs, 3 Ks. Alex Wood probably would have came out for another inning had it not gone hit around to a spot again with the bases loaded, so they pinch hit for him. And that was the end of his night. Both these guys not going the best outings for their team, not getting their teams the greatest chance to win, but the bullpens take care of business for the Giants, and they come out with a much-needed win. McGee gets his 22nd save of the season. So Giants, they're tied now with the Astros. These guys are battling for top spot in the power rankings. You got to give them that. Orioles 5, Tigers 2, and the Orioles, I think that's back-to-back wins now for the Orioles over the Tigers, and they got to be pretty pumped for that. I know they lost Thursday, so they won Friday, Saturday. Mountcastle leading the way with a 3 hits RBI night. Franco getting his 11th home run of the season. Of course, they got out to early lead, but the Tigers tied it up in the bottom of the 4th. I know there was an opportunity there. Hasse gets his 18th home run of the season off of John Means. Means goes 6, 1 earned run, 6 Ks. Orioles fans pumped at seeing the good side of Means starting to heat up back to what he was like before his injury time off from the field. He went 99 pitches, nice to see him getting along again. Manning goes 5.2, 2 earned runs and 3 Ks, and Manning was doing pretty good, and there was a situation there where he was going to get out of it only down by 1 run, but an error at second base cost him a couple more runs in that inning, in that 6th inning. So kept his inning short. He couldn't get out of that inning because of all that, and his team kind of let him down. They were only going to be down, 3-1 at the time. So that error led to him being down 3-1, and then more runs come in after that. Moving along, Rays 9, Red Sox 5. So that's it. We got a new division leader with the Tampa Bay Rays after a big win over the Red Sox. This game, again, was another game that was very close, back and forth until the late innings of here where Tampa just put their pedal to the metal. First inning, Boston got out to a huge 3-0 lead, but Tampa immediately answered back. In that first inning, Choi hitting his 8th home run of the season. We also had Maya hitting his 5th in that 4th inning. Bogarts hitting his 16th in the first inning off of Yarborough, and Dalbec his 11th coming later in that, again, off Yarborough. All the runs for the Red Sox coming in off home runs, basically. Yarborough goes 5 earned runs, 4 Ks. A rough outing for him, and the Rays starting pitchers have not been super consistent, and it's going to be a concern of theirs going forward. Bullpen looking pretty good. Springs did go down in a heap at one point with what looked like a serious knee injury, but he did get up and walk it off. So I know Tampa has been dealing with a lot of bullpen injuries all season long, so I think their fingers are crossed that this one's not too serious. Springs is definitely a big part of that bullpen. Evaldi goes 5.1, 5 earned runs, 6 Ks. Rough outing for him, giving up a couple of home runs. And then Ottavino again coming in there, giving up a few home runs. He's not been too great in his last few outings out there. Definitely giving up some leads, some tie games, and some close games at the time. They were down 6-5 when he comes in and gives up a 3-run 8th inning to really put his team behind. And it's a big win for the Rays. Yankees 4, Marlins 2. And this is a wild card race. Yankees trying to heat it up with the A's losing. The Yankees had some time to make up some ground. I think now they're only 2.5 games back. They're as close as it is for any team to make the wild card. Them and Seattle are now tied after Seattle lost today as well. Anthony Rizzo, 2-hit RBI night, hits another home run. So back-to-back nights he hits home runs in his Yankees uniform, 16th of the season. And on the other side, of course, Miami, we don't talk about them too much, getting offense going, no home runs. They did tie it up at the bottom of the 4th to bring it 2-2, but couldn't keep it close enough. Yankees pull it out with the bottom of their lineup, getting a couple of RBIs with Odor hitting a 2-hit RBI night, and then Sanchez hitting 1 home as well. Herman goes 4, 2 earned runs, 5 Ks, not the greatest outing. They only let him stay in for 66 pitches. Rogers on the other side, 3.2, 2 earned runs, 4 Ks. Again, he didn't get a whole lot of leash either, 74 pitches. Both these guys being yanked out relatively early, bringing their bullpens in. And Loisiga gets his 3rd save of the season. He gets Chapman getting the night off for the Yankees, but a big win for them for sure along the way. Cubs 6, Nationals 3. And the battle of the teams that sold, of course. I think the Nationals won yesterday 4-3. I'm trying to remember which team actually won 4-3. I think it was the Nationals, so the Cubs tied up. 1-1 after 1, the Cubs have a big 4th inning, 4 runs. Ortega hits his 3rd home run of the season, a 2-run bomb in that inning, and he's in the leadoff spot, 2 hits, 2 RBIs on the night, kind of leading the way. Patrick Wisdom in there, the cleanup, their lineup obviously looking a lot weirder than it did a couple days ago. On the other side, not a whole lot going for the Nationals. Of course, Soto's in there. He left a couple guys on base throughout the night. Joe Ross goes 4.1, 4 earned runs to 5 Ks. In the loss, 5-9 on the season. Now Hendricks, 7 innings, pitched 1 earned run, 3 Ks. Hendricks leading the league in wins right now, 13-4 on the season, won 100 pitches. Too bad he just couldn't get a whole lot of support with him around him this season, because after that really rough April he had, he's really turned it on for the Cubs. Next game up, Rangers 5, Mariners 4, and the Mariners let a chance get away here. They did, however, they were up 2-0 early, and the Rangers did take the lead over the course of the middle innings of this game to make it 3-2. Mariners did, in that 9th inning, have Franz come up, hit his 10th home run of the season, which ended up tying it and sending it to extras. Mariners did put up 1 in the 10th. Luckily, actually, with 2 outs, they luckily got 1 through. But it was Heim, who led the way for the Rangers, 2 home runs on the night, and in that 11th inning, hit a 2-run bomb off Castillo, who was making his debut, his 3rd blown save of the season. And Seattle's got to start questioning, did they make the right decision sending Graveman out? Because this is a game that they needed to win, and Castillo kind of let it go. Tyler Anderson also making a debut for Mariners, 5.1, 3 runs, 3 Ks. Good outing for him, like giving the Mariners a chance to win. No decision. Hearn goes 3.2, no earned runs, 3 Ks. So both those runs coming in that first inning are not charged to him as earned. Must have been the error that caused it, of course. It's a tough loss for the Mariners as they're the ones trying to make up ground on the A's. They're also now 2.5 games back in that wild card race. Pirates 3, Phillies 2. Phillies again, just losing a game they need to find ones to win, and they're finding themselves slowly getting out of this race, with the Braves starting to heat up too, and they're still cemented in 3rd place in that division. No home runs coming from their side. They generated a couple of runs. Brad Miller with a multi-hit night. Pittsburgh was out 2-0 early. And they managed to hold on for the most part, but Philly put 1 run in the 5th to bring it within 1, and then in the 8th inning they tied it up. But it was the bottom of the 9th. Again, a bullpen situation for the Phillies, not getting it done. Alvarado comes in there, and he's going to be the one charged with the loss. His first loss of the season. Only got 1 out in there before the Pirates scored the walk-off run. Brubaker goes 6-1 earned 4 Ks. A good outing for Brubaker. He's starting to really settle in. They're really giving him all the opportunities that they can while pitching all season. He's a young kid, still lots of opportunity to grow. So I don't know if they're going to slow him down coming near the end of the season when he gets higher up there in innings, but he's definitely been out there all season long. Nola goes 6, 2 earned runs, 5 Ks. Again, Nola always putting his team in a position to win, but the bullpen can't hold it. The Pirates are playing spoiler against Phillies. It's back-to-back wins the Pirates taken from the Phillies. Can't be too excited about that. Mets 5, Reds 4. Reds were out 4-1 about halfway through, and the Mets just chipped away, and then in the bottom of the 9th, we have Baez hitting his debut home run to tie it up. Actually, that didn't come in the 9th, my bad. He hit a 2-run bomb in the 6th in his debut that brought it within 1 run, and they were definitely super excited. Baez on that side. Farmer goes 3 hits, 1 RBI night for them. Votto was about this close away from hitting another home run today, which would have tied him for the MLB record. Suarez instead hits his 20th, and Farmer his 10th. Both of those coming off Rich Hill, who's out there for the Mets for a second outing. 5 innings pitched, 4 runs, 2 home runs given up. This is pretty typical of Rich Hill. It's kind of what they are going to get, but for the Mets, he's 5th in the rotation, of course. Miley goes 7, 3 earned runs, 2 Ks in the no decision. Doolittle comes in there in that 9th inning. He's going to get charged with the blown save and an extra innings. The Mets end up winning after the Reds are not able to put a run up on the board, and this is a tough loss for the Reds. They really needed this to keep pace. They really need to keep playing 700 baseball, really, if they're going to have a chance at the playoffs. And the Mets, this is a big win for them with the Braves and Phillies both kind of stuttering along the way, trying to get over 500. The Mets need to stay as far away from them as they can. Indians 12, White Sox 11. This game was just explosive. White Sox were at 6-1 after 4, and you would think that given how they've added to their bullpen, how their offense has been great, and Cleveland's has not been so good, that would have been enough, but it was not. Henny Ramirez, couple doubles in this one. Rosario, his 6th home run off of Keuchel. Miller hits 1 as well. Hedges his 5th. A couple of guys in there hitting home runs for the Indians. Overall, everyone on their team getting hits. I think that they had something like 12 extra base hits in this one, which is obviously going to go a long way. Goodwin, his 5th. Zavala has 3 home runs in this game. I must have overlooked that early when I was looking to see who would go on the power or on the thumbnail for the night, but Zavala 3 home runs. Wow, 4 hits, 6 RBI night for him. And Engel, his 6th of the season. Like overall, the White Sox were definitely in a position to come in, but they gave it up pretty early, 8-6 of going into the late innings, and they just exchanged runs back and forth, and the White Sox just couldn't close it up. Tempera again in there, he got it done. It was Kopech that gets charged with the blown save along the way. Just one inning pitch, 5 earned runs for Kopech. That's a lot of concern. He's been pretty lights out for the majority of the season, so that's a tough one. But Kimbrel does come in and make his debut in that ninth. In a no-save situation, doesn't give up a run, of course, and Tempera also not giving up runs. So it wasn't really the bullpen as so much as it was Kopech. Tried to stretch him out for 2 innings, I guess. Or there's a lot of unearned runs, I'm guessing, because there's a lot of runs scored by Indians in the 8th, 9th, and that, and they weren't really charged with them, so it must have been. I didn't really watch a lot of this game, but probably should have, considering all the runs and all that going on. McKenzie goes 4, 6 earned runs, 2 Ks, and then no decision. Keuchel goes 5.1. Moving along, Twins 8, Cardinals 1, and the Cardinals are back to 500. And like I did my video yesterday of grading these teams, the Cardinals just not having a season that they expected at this point. Same with the Twins. Both these teams are kind of performing not nearly expected, but one team definitely sold off at the deadline with being the Twins, but they managed to really smash the Cardinals today. Jeffers hits his 9th home run of the season after a 5 spot in that 3rd inning that really gave the Twins a lead 7-0 at the time. They didn't have to look back. The offense just could not get going for the Cardinals. They seem to have that trouble a lot going on. Woodford goes 3, 5 earned runs, 3 Ks, and Bailey Ober 4, 1 earned run, 6 Ks for a no decision for him again. It's that same kind of rule where they don't get 5 innings, they don't get the win. It's kind of rough for him, but that's all right. Moving along, Braves 8, Brewers 1, and the Brewers were at 1-0, and it was not long before Woodruff got into a little bit of a scuffle, and Dansby Swanson put his team on their back, hitting his 2 home runs of the game, 20th of the season, and that led to him having a great outing. 3 hits, 7 RBIs for him, and his team was pretty much put on his back in that situation. Moeller goes 5, 1 earned run, 7 Ks. So some of these guys are starting to step up for the Braves, and better now than never. And they're 1 game below 500. I have a feeling the Braves are going to go on a little bit of a streak here. They're at least going to get above 500 now. That's what I'm willing to say. Woodruff is going to go 5.1, 3 earned runs, 6 strikeouts. He's not going to get out of that 6th inning. And unfortunately, Curtis comes in there as well and gives up 5 earned runs down the stretch, which gives the Milwaukee Brewers a lack of offense today. No chance in this one. Braves offense has definitely been hot the past couple days. Dodgers 8, Diamondbacks 3. Dodgers 3 spot in that 2nd inning to give a 3-0 lead. But the Diamondbacks chipped away back in there, and it was 3-3 after about halfway through. It wasn't until the 7th inning Justin Turner leads the way with his 19th home run of the season, a 2-run bomb that really gets the Dodgers out in the lead, and a big win for them to try to keep pace with the Giants, who just continue to be hot as well. 3.2 innings for White, 2 earned runs, 5 Ks. Necessarily, they called it a bullpen game coming in for the Dodgers. They seem to be doing that a lot later. I think they're ready for Scherzer to take the mound. Maybe you'll see him in the next couple days, right? I think Tuesday or Monday he'll be scheduled to start. Merrill Kelly goes 6.1. 300 runs and 6 Ks. Good outing for him, but he's charged with the loss. But yeah, the Diamondbacks fall a little short here. Not a whole lot to add on that one. Rockies 5, Padres 3, and without Tatis and the issues that they seem to be having with starting pitching as of late, the Padres are definitely going to be concerned with how things are going, and the Rockies take full advantage. They exchanged 2-run inning in the 3rd before the Rockies added 2 in the 5th and 1 in the 6th and didn't have to look back. Rogers' 9th home run of the season, Diaz's 11th, and Marquez is even getting in there, hitting a pitcher home run in the 5th inning off of Darvish. Darvish, there's a lot of talk I saw about him potentially in July, had one of the worst months he's had in a long time. 6 innings pitched, 5 earned runs, and 8 Ks in this situation, but his last 3 or 4 starts have been really bad. People are talking maybe it's to do with sticky stuff, but it's also possible that there's a hip injury going on with him. So keep your eye on Darvish. He's supposed to be their ace at this point, but for what we see, a lot of these starters are not performing the way the Padres would have thought they wanted them to. Marquez on the other side goes 6, 200 runs, 7 Ks. He's going to get the win, and he added that home run in there to help him in his cause, and it's a big win for the Rockies, playing spoiler at this point. And maybe they heard me give him an F yesterday and answered back with that. Thanks for everybody watching. Zavala was the first guy ever to hit first 3 career home runs in the same game. Wow, that's a good tidbit. Thanks, Obtuse Juice, for throwing that out there. I didn't catch that. Honestly, I didn't even catch him when I was doing the pregame study, hitting those kind of monster nights. So it was a pretty interesting night. It would have been nice to see Votto get that extra little bit over the wall to make a record, but he came super close, and that was exciting to watch on its own. Getting a request lately to do a video of a playoff prediction bracket, so I guess I'm going to predict who's going to make the playoffs and then who's going to win each round. I guess that's the video I'm going to come up with. I'm not going to do that today. Power rankings, of course, coming out later today, everybody's favorite. So maybe we'll look to do that other video on Monday morning. Otherwise, everyone, thanks for coming. We will see you guys for the next video.